Bienvenidos, soy la Bruja Espinada, and I am here with a very special full moon in Scorpio reading. So, let's get started. So, full moon in Scorpio, a lot of emotions that are going to be occurring at this time, especially during this season of a Pluto retrograde. There is a lot of change that's going to be occurring, emotional change, but this emotional change is not just a moment in which you sit with your emotions. This is more of a cutthroat situation where emotions are being felt in order to let things go. Understanding that, you know what, I sat with this long enough, it's time, kind of a thing. So, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. As a matter of fact, it's a very good thing. And if you recall the last reading we had, you can always go back and watch it for the new moon, was that there was a huge tower moment that was going to kind of make way for this situation. So let's see what the cards have to express. Oh, it's a beautiful card. All my cards are beautiful. All the cards are beautiful. But the card that's come out is the High Priestess. Very, very significant in regards to this transformative time. So let's see what we have at the bottom of the deck. Justice, the Two of Cups, the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, the Ten of Wands, everyone's favorite card, Temperance, the Sun, the Nine of Swords, the Hermit, the Chariot, the Tower, and the Emperor. Ooh, the Queen of Swords. I'm going to stop right here. This is all the heavy hitters. All the heavy hitters. This is going to put some of you all in your feels if some of the other readings that we have not done so already. So here we go. The High Priestess. The High Priestess is that reminder on this beautiful Scorpio full moon of your abilities to manifest. It's reminding you that you are that bitch. It's reminding you that you are that priestess, that manifester, that person who is more than capable of doing what it is that you want to achieve, accomplish, and get done. This is what this card is here. It is reminding you of your power. That's why the High Priestess is here. It is that reminder. If you may have forgotten, and some of us may think, I haven't forgotten. Well, you're making it seem like you've forgotten. Some of the situations that you've currently found yourself in have you questioning yourself as to, why am I putting up with this? Exactly. You should be asking yourself that question. You're the High Priestess. Why are you putting up with it? And in this season of those feelings that it's already time to start letting it go, what are we waiting for, mijita? What are we waiting for? Justice is here to serve what is right. Now, what is right and true? Justice is here to serve as an indicator that justice will be served, that justice is on your side if you are in the right. That doesn't mean that everything that you do is right. Just as much as there is someone who may be in the wrong, justice is also here to call you out. Now, for some of you, and this message is coming through, for some of you, there may be a message saying, treat others as you want to be treated. treat others as you want to be treated. If you want to be treated with a certain amount of respect, with a certain amount of if there's a specific way that you know that you should be treated, you also need to follow that. You can't just expect someone to treat you like gold if you treat them like shit. If they treat you like shit, you can in kind treat them as such, because that's what justice is about. That karmic justice. But remember that you must treat others the way you want to be treated, or it will come back to bite you in the ass. And as long as you understand that you would only be the one to blame, and you accept that, okay. Now, like I said, it goes both ways. If you were the wronged, karmic justice is coming to serve its justice. It's ready to come and make things right. It's coming to restore that balance. I've always hated that people say, oh, karma's a bitch. It's not. Karma is just. The people who are the receivers of the bad part of karma, they're the only ones that think she's a bitch. Moving on, we have the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups serves as that reminder that you can feel two separate things at once. You can be happy about something. There might be some news coming in that you may be happy about. And there may be some sadness that comes along with it. Or let's say, for example, with this karmic justice, let's say it served to that person, and it could be that you feel like, oh, you know what? I didn't think that it was going to affect them that badly. It's not up to you. You don't know why. You only know a small scope as to why they're being served as much as they are. Or as you are ready to let go of whatever it is, let's say feelings from the past, and you're reflecting on it, you could think, you know what? It sucks that those things that I wanted or wished would have been in the past, it sucks that I never got to have them. It sucks that I never got to experience them. It sucks that it didn't go the way that I wanted. It sucks that I was hurt that way. And then as you reflect on that, it can be that dual feeling of, well, while I understand all of that sucks, I appreciate that it didn't work out, because I wouldn't be where I am today if your situation is better. Two of Cups is the reminder of duality in feelings. They can coexist. They do. Sometimes we let others pull us out of that gray and say, like, no, you can either be happy or you can be sad. Like, no one can tell you how you can feel. Right? So, that being said, we have the Knight of Wands. This gives me an indicator that, because we've been having the Knight of Wands pop out so often, this is that thing you keep putting off that you wish you could finally focus some time on. And the only reason why it seems like it doesn't move forward is because you're also in the means of the Knight of Pentacles. So we have the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles. The two harmonious frustrations here. That's really interesting that it comes right after that duality card. Also coming to terms with that duality. That's another thing. Coming to terms that, yes, you have a hobby, but you also have to, find those resources to allow you to survive, and allows you to engage and take time to do your hobby. Take time to do what it is that you're passionate about. So it's all about learning how to make time. learning how to make time. A lot of the times, I've shared with you guys in the past that when it comes to balance, it's very difficult because, and again, that's another indicator with this Two of Cups. It's that that understanding that you have to keep going and burning the midnight oil to get things done, because that little voice in the back of your head, they're like, oh, I have this to do, I have that to do. It's like your checklist is never ending, versus the understanding that you need rest. So you feel like, well, in order to continue securing my resources to try to achieve or start making time for the things that I'm passionate about, I can't rest. And so, where in there am I supposed to find the energy to rest or even allow myself to rest? Well, it's a balancing game. And again, we have Justice here, that if you cannot see, there is a scale. Understanding that the scale isn't just two balancing scales, it's actually several, right? So it's emotional, mental, spiritual, and physical. There's four. So it's like four separate balances trying to, so it's constantly in this flux motion, right? So let's say they're all hanging here. It's constantly in that flux motion where you're trying to ensure that it's well balanced, but it's like a little bit tilts here, tilts there, whatever the case may be. Now, it's going to be a constant in your life to always watch that scale. Don't do too much of one or the other that you negate the other ones, right? It's not healthy. Don't emotionally neglect yourself because you're busy trying to, secure your bag, and then while you're stressing out about securing your bag, you're trying to have fun with your passions. And then you negate your spiritual and emotional, mental wellness. Now, that being said, we have the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is usually an indicator of a heavy burden to bear. In this instance, in this reading, what is coming through with how this lineup has come up to, but that it's followed with Temperance, it's what I'm explaining right now. It's coming to terms with the understanding that the balance is never going to stay steady. And that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. That's what Temperance is here for. It's that reminder, that indicator that it's not a bad thing to understand that sometimes one thing will take precedent over another. One thing will have a little bit more of your intention than another does. There's nothing wrong with that. It is just that reminder to come to terms with it. And while it may suck, it's a human thing. It's not a bad thing. It's just a reminder that you need to be patient with yourself as you try to navigate life as a human being, where we understand in this, and depending on the society that we live in, that we don't get to dedicate a lot of our time because, if your financial situation is pretty difficult, you must make time to work in order to do anything else. And sometimes that preoccupies too much of our time. So then that's where you're like, okay, where can I readjust? Should I, I'm really stressed emotionally. So there's where you start to like shift some of the pressures and weights to like spirituality, because some people turn to their higher power as a means of therapy or as a therapeutic method. Some people meditate. Some People generally just go to therapy because they understand that stress can not just affect you emotionally, but it can affect you mentally as well. It's just understanding that it's a little bit of work that requires a lot of balance on every bit. It's not, oh, I need a lot of work here. No, it's every single one of those aspects needs a little bit of your dedication. It's just that balancing act that's a little bit tricky. And that's what the Ten of Wands is. It seems like a burden because realistically, to try to ensure that you are well cared for, just like you care for others, and making sure that they're fed, that they're hydrated, that they're not exhausted, that they're getting the nap. And I'm referring to like children, especially since today is Mother's Day. Uh, Shout out to those, mommies, mamacitas, godmothers. Anywho, but it's just like when you care for others or ensuring that someone else is taken care for, whether you're a nurse, whether you're a teacher, whether you're a parent, whether you're a caretaker, whatever the case may be, whether you're a pet mom, you ensure that there is a balance in their life. So this is that reminder that you have to make time for you. And when you make time for you, we have the sun, happiness. This is something we all strive for, right? We all want to be happy. And it seems like sometimes in that dual space, while we're striving to be happy, it seems difficult. And here we have the Nine of Swords. We reminisce about mistakes that we've made. We worry about, the burdens and like, I'm not doing things correctly. And so the idea of whatever your burdens are, or whatever you may start to consider is becoming a burden. Because some people honestly will believe that self-care is a burden because it's too much. It's easier to care about others rather than taking that time to care for yourself. It's a burden. Why are you a burden? Who's going to take care of you? Because it seems like no one's taking care of you if you find that taking care of yourself is a burden. And yet you're taking care of everybody else. I know that's for a specific few of you. So when are you going to make the time to make yourself happy? And then quit resenting others for not doing it for you. It's no one else's job to make you happy. It's your job to make you happy. You're in charge of that little light inside of you. No one can tend to it like you can, because you know what your needs are. You know what your wants are. And if you don't say anything and you let that resentment happen, that's on you. And I know you know that. And this is for a specific few of you. I know you know that. So why do you keep putting it off? You need to be like the hermit. See, the hermit here, pointing to that star, that light. Pointing to the light. You need to go within and start to address these issues. This is Scorpio full moon, time for that manifestation to start making you a priority. Not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually even. You need to nurture that part of you, because just the physical, just the monetary, that's not all you are. It's what you do. It is not what you are. So, ruffled some feathers. We have the Chariot. This is happening soon. It's got to get done already. You can't put it off anymore. The Chariot is that message of like, ding, ding, it's time. Let's go. Jump on. Get your shit ready. It's going to happen. It needs to happen now. Enough said. And that's it. I have nothing else to say to that because this is not the first time you've gotten this card in these readings. And the reason why it's reinforced is because we're followed by the Tower card. That was the leading card last reading for the intentions that were supposed to be set during the new moon. And you still have if you are on Pacific Standard Time, you still have time because tomorrow is the full moon. Where the full moon is at its peak. And we have the Tower card. It is time for change, ultimate change. The change that you need, and whether you like it or not, it's coming. It's not waiting anymore. Shit's gonna fall out from underneath your feet because that's the reminder. You need, because you are being stubborn and don't want to address it. Or whatever it is that you've been avoiding, your world's gonna crumble underneath you. And I sincerely hope it's for the better. As long as you lead your chariot, remember, if you don't like when change happens, because you can't handle it, this is that reminder. Hello, you're the high priestess. If you take the reins of the change, you are driving the chariot. So why are you going to wait until the tower crumbles from under you so that change can happen if you don't want someone else navigating your change? You take charge. You are that bitch to take it. Oh my goodness. I don't know who needs to hear that, but I don't think it get as exasperated as what that message came out being. Because you are that bitch. You have the Emperor here. That is the highest of the hierarchy in this. It's that reminder that you are that bitch. You want to be in charge of how everything happens. You want to be in control, then take the control. Make it happen. Take charge. Reflect on those changes that you need to make for yourself in order to remember that you are that bitch. Now, the very last card, I'm gonna pull two more, but I'm gonna explain why. We have my favorite card. It's the Queen of Swords. The ultimate no bullshit card. Quit bullshitting. Look at that side eye. Bombastic. It's looking at you like, who are you trying to kid with all the excuses that you're making? Who are you trying to kid? You're only kidding yourself. And if you keep kidding yourself, life is going to take charge and make your choices for you. And if you do not like them, you only have, again, yourself to blame because you didn't cut the shit. If you want success, and we have here, this is the Six of Wands. If you want to have that positive forward movement, that positive forward dedication, you can't give up hope now, right? You can't give up hope. Here we have the Star card. The Star card is the ultimate star of hope. You have the Sun and the Star. These two don't always come out in the same readings. But when they do, it's a good thing. It's a beautiful thing. It's an amazing thing. We all want these two cards to always come out in these readings. So, following the Hope card, we have the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups, the Queen of Wands. These are both no bullshit cards. The Queen of Swords, when I say you have to cut the bullshit, is because you have to start being honest with yourself. So Swords is all about communication. The Queen of Swords is no bullshit. Just like you like to believe that you're a no bullshit person, that's why this is here. Okay, the universe is telling you. Your higher powers are telling you. If you are as no bullshit as you believe, you need to be real. That's why the Hermit card's here. You need to go inside of yourself, deep down inside, the part that you don't even let yourself acknowledge, and quit bullshitting yourself on the work that you need to do. Quit making excuses. Quit making excuses. Be real with yourself. What is it that you need to do to start finding your happiness? To start allowing your happiness to shine. Don't lose hope. Because if you're not going to be cutting the bullshit, there's no hope to have. Because you're giving up on yourself. Should never give up hope on improving yourself. And I say improving not like there's anything wrong with you, but improving because you want to improve. Your thought of improving is you want to be happy. So there's changes that need to be made. Are there better changes? Are there better choices? Yes. Are there bad choices? Of course. Are you perfect? Yes. Are you flawed? Yes. That is the idea of duality. Understanding that we're both. Now, just as you cut the bullshit, the Queen of Wands is also here. It's like, cut the bullshit. Be real with yourself. Be real with the feelings that you're feeling. It's not saying, I'm a bad bitch. I have no feelings. I can get out. No. Cut the bullshit and understand that you have emotions. You're not a fucking robot. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to be disappointed. It's okay to be hurt. You are a human being. People lie to themselves that they don't feel these feelings. Those that don't feel these feelings are valid that they don't feel them. But the way that this reading feels, you feel something. And it's causing you to be bitter and resentful. And it's funny because the way that this reading is going, you don't want to feel that way. And I'm not going to bullshit you. It's time to serve your own hot piping tea. Be real with your emotions. Showing emotions is not weak. It takes a lot of strength to be vulnerable, especially with yourself, because you're trying to convince yourself that you don't feel anything. And as cynical as you are, I can see your cracks. Because again, your foundation is crumbling. And while you think you're putting on a mask and a facade that you're fine, the world can actually see that you're not. Now that tea was served, and you may not like me with what I served you today, it's not my fault. I'm only the messenger. Mighty Fates, what additional lesson do you have to reinforce this reading for our watchers? What message do you have for our watchers? What do they need? Ooh, one card, please. That's way too many. One card. Let's simplify it a little bit. Let's keep it short and sweet. What do they need to know? It's not every day that these riled up feelings come out when these readings happen. And trust me, I don't think of anyone in particular. Sometimes, depending on how the message comes, I envision someone, but there are several different people that this is meant for. Again, I don't have anyone in mind. It's usually just what I'm guided to present. Mighty Fates, have you nothing to say? Compassion. Compassion. Thank you very much. I don't think I've ever pulled this card. I don't recall ever having pulled it, so I'm very interested to see what it says. And you know what's funny? I just saw right now. It is about water. It's a water card. Scorpio is a water element. A lot of emotion here. Compassion. Now more than ever, we need to expand our ability to be compassionate towards self and others. There has been a trend in shaming and rejecting people who disagree with us and justifying doing so by using sweeping generalizations. Compassion calls us to remember that every human is a product of their environment and is incredibly nuanced. If we want to be truly compassionate, we dive deeper. We do not build a wall, no matter how correct we believe we are. We must do our best to understand others and their experiences. Their lived experiences have created their truth. And if we want to create a world of connection, we cannot afford to outcast those who do not agree. We have to work hard within ourselves to bridge the gaps. Keep in mind, in some situations, compassion can take the form of a wall or a fist. But most of us humans are not perfect, and we live in the gray area. Good, but wounded. And in that, we need more intentional compassion and connection rather than punishment. How can you be more compassionate in your current life? Where have you built walls that do not serve you? Oof. I don't make this shit up, guys. I don't. I genuinely don't. You see, as I shuffle, things come out, things happen, and I interpret as best as I can. And I feel like there was a couple of key terms in there that just came out during all of this. And all spirit guides, help me close out this reading with a word. What have you to say for our watchers? What do you have to add? More than I would like. I try to keep these readings short, and I feel like as I have progressed in reading them, they've just gotten longer and longer. 3. We have fox spirit, squirrel spirit, and groundhog spirit. Fox spirit, think on your feet. Be alert now, for fox spirit has appeared, and you are meant to move swiftly. Remember that chariot card? Let this clever spirit draw out your creativity as you adjust to rapidly changing circumstances with resilience, grace, and astuteness. Fox spirit helps you think on your feet, using your best judgment and wits to help you slip into a more advantageous situation. Now is not a time to hesitate, but a time for swift action of the mind. A time to think outside the box and notice the many ways in which you might make a move, aware of your surrounding, and always clear on what you deserve and wish to co-create. Trust that your cleverness, guided by fox spirits, will serve you well. Are you camouflaging yourself to avoid intimacy? Perhaps you are being too clever for your own good and playing games to protect yourself. Being dishonest with yourself or others can become isolating and create obstacles to true connection. Fox spirit calls you to be attuned to what is happening within you and around you so that your quick thinking and creativity can lead you to better relationships and situations. You are called to use your fox spirit beneficially rather than in ways that keep you from experiencing what you want. Or perhaps right now you are realizing that a situation is trickier than it appears on the surface, and you are afraid to make a move in case it turns out to be a mistake. Fox spirit is here to remind you that when you are in alignment with the Great Spirit, the answers and solutions can come quickly and you can trust them. Don't overthink a situation in order to avoid the challenge of facing the difficult truth. Fox spirit's creative nature will always be there to guide you and help you move quickly into better circumstances. So, let us jump to the Squirrel spirit. Believe in yourself. You have accumulated wisdom and experience and are surrounded by all you need. An abundance of resources is available to you through the generosity of spirit and all your hard work. Squirrel spirit shows up when you need reminding that the acorns you've gathered and stowed away have enormous potential to grow. So relax knowing there's always enough and you have what it takes to co create the reality you want to experience. And the High Priestess. Through diligent preparation, you have gained wisdom and strength. How much potential you have. Believe in yourself, for Spirit believes in you and wants you to know you have enough and you are enough. Doesn't that truth make you feel safe and secure? It should, for you have everything you need right now. The unpredictability of life can shake your confidence in yourself and your potential for handling the challenges that come your way. Does the thought of not having enough or not being enough make you squirrely? Have you forgotten all your strengths, wisdom, and resources? You have come so far on your wits and creativity, making use of all your potential and all that Spirit presents you to help you through life's trying times. It's time to look back on your life and remember how your needs have always been met for the highest good, even in the most challenging times. Life loves you, and so many treasures are hidden in plain sight, ready to be revealed when you most need them. So relax. Squirrel Spirit wants you to know that you are poised and ready for whatever is coming next. So trust in yourself and trust that Spirit has your back. Now, let us finish this out with Groundhog Spirit. Time to let go. Endings lead to beginnings, and death is a part of life. So Groundhog Spirit is here to let you know that it is time to accept the natural ending of something that is no longer serving you. We love to hold on to what is familiar, but the new needs space to arrive so growth can occur. When Groundhog Spirit appears, it is a sign there is something in your present situation that you need to let go of, so that something new can be born and something far better will serve you now. When the groundhog sees his shadow, he retreats to his den. So too might you yearn for a little more time to say goodbye and transition into the new. However, change is coming and it is good. So let go of your resistance. Spring brings many blessings, and what must die will always be reborn in a new form that will be right for you. Life requires change and detachment. Say farewell to whatever once served you and get ready for something amazing to take its place. Spirit is already sending it your way. Have you been relentless in your efforts to revive something that has passed its prime and needs to die away? A situation, a relationship, a belief, or a habit that served you once but no longer fills you with vitality? Perhaps you automatically expect to see the world through a specific lens based on the familiar. Groundhog Spirit has appeared to let you know it's time to accept that the past is the past. So allow yourself to feel the loss and grieve it if you need to. Any sadness will not last forever or overwhelm you. Knowing Spirit is with you and wants you to experience joy and excitement again will help you through this transition from the old to the new. Keep your eyes open, for winter always gives way to spring, and endings always give birth to beginnings. For now, let yourself feel your emotions, releasing them to make way for joy that awaits you. Spring and new growth are on their way, for that is Spirit's promise to you. Well, well, well. Never make this shit up. And it's a lot. It's a lot to take on. And I sincerely hope that all of this helps. And I sincerely hope it does. So, I'll see you guys next time. Oh. Playing with this little camera. Not a camera, it's a remote. I'm trying to play with it. And again, this is what happened last time. I was trying to make sure that it connected.